Hello viewers and welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport today. It's the next round of the FIA Nations Cup. I've had nearly no practice on this and so it's going to be slow going today, I think, trying to get anywhere. Just getting set up on the YouTube, and then we've got, what have I got? 6 minutes of practice before the race, which is no time at all. But we're going to do what we can to try and we're just going to practice on hard tyres. That's what we're going to practice on, and we're just going to see where we are. So we're going to just pause it here, and then after that we're going to be ready to go. I'm just going to edit a few things on YouTube just so that people don't think that we're streaming Dirt Rally. For some reason YouTube is still not playing ball when it comes to updating the games, so and then we'll start streaming from there. So we've been playing Dirt Rally a couple of days. Obviously a few people have wondered why I'm using this wheel. It's because swapping wheels is a bit of a pain at the moment while I'm doing this, and then we'll get going in a moment. Let's see. Okay, so we're ready to go on this, and that should be that. Hopefully do say hello, and I'll be just looking at the chat there as well. SMB, hello SMB, brilliant, thank you for that. I'm absolutely shattered today, I can tell you. I'm really tired, but I'm going to do my best to try and no gloves today, not yet. The gloves are going on in just a moment. Gloves are going on in just a moment. Just getting set up, and then we're ready to go. I literally, what have I got, 5 minutes, almost no time for practice, but I'm just too tired today. I thought, well, I'm going to come on, have a go, and if I do terrible, oh well, it's not the end of the world. There's always a couple more races to go. So let's just get this tweeted, and okay, and done. So that's that done, and now I'll just bring your chat up, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, Forza Ferrari's here as well. Hello on Twitch. I'm just time for the gloves to go on, guys, and then after that, despite being shattered, I'm going to do some racing, see how I get on. I've got time to do 1 lap on hard tyres. I just want to see what the hard tyres actually feel like. Haven't really done anything on hard tyres. I've only been using the mediums. So let's just crack on and see where we are. Rob's here as well. Am I enjoying Dirt 2? I am enjoying Dirt 2, actually. It's very hard, though, has to be said. Just get the audio right. So we've got 3 minutes. We've got time to do 1 lap on hard tyres just to see where we are. Got that wrong, didn't I? So I dived in too early, slightly later apex required. A lot less grip than the mediums, that's for sure. Okay. Rob, the stages are brutal. It's a really tough game, and when you're streaming and you're playing it all for the first time on Dirt Rally, it's not easy, because you're trying to listen really closely to what he's telling you, and the new stage systems mean that obviously they're always different when you come back to them in terms of placement. So we haven't got time to do another lap, which is a bit of a shame. So a little lift there on the hard tyres. A bit slow through there, I was just taking my time. Don't really want to get penalties on that chicane. They will inflict a lot of damage on your race time. So 2 seconds off. Difficult to say what race times we're going to be looking at, what lap times we'll be looking at in the race, you know. Mediums require a pit stop, hards maybe I'd get away with it, you see. And I'm thinking maybe I should just, it all depends on qualifying, doesn't it, as to look at the understeer there. I was going a bit intense there because we can't finish the lap in time, but certainly it's going to be quite interesting. Rob's just saying placement. Yeah, absolutely. You have to. The problem is that when you're driving dirt rally, you can't read chat and talk. You've got to listen to what he's telling you. You know, it's quite focused. You know. Thanks, Matt. Andrew, you need F1 testing. Absolutely. I'm going to definitely be talking a bit more about F1. I'm going to have a season preview as well. I go through it, tell you my personal impressions on it, which are as good as anybody else's. And some interesting chat today, especially from Johnny Herbert, if you're watching any of the testing, talking about Robert Kubica's injuries and what he may face in terms of challenges. So what are we going to do today? I think we're going to aim to qualify best we can, and then we're going to consider what strategy we're going to do in the race. If we go further up the grid, we'll go with mediums. I think if we end up further down the grid, we'll go with hards, and we'll try and go for a no stopper. And that's going to be the way forward. Right. Sorted. Okay, so let's just see this lobby for a minute. Okay, we got a high scorer. Rodders is a high scorer there. So we've got some good scores in the lobby. Some good drivers here. So you know, Mia Step there's pretty quick. So it can be quite an aggressive driver comparatively. Rock Outlaw, I think, caused me some trouble before with blocking on the qualifying lap. So we seem to constantly match the same drivers, which is quite interesting. Whatever happens. Qualifying is going to be important today. You know, so I guess anywhere in the top 7, I think we can look at anywhere in the top 7 we can look at going on the mediums. I think after that we might look at hards, see if we can just manage the whole race. That's always a bit pointless, isn't it? What's the point in that? Is she parking me inside another car? Never helpful. Everyone's mucking around a bit here, aren't they? Hard to follow through a corner like that sometimes because of unpredictable braking. Yeah, that's the point, Rob. It's just a case of understanding. If you're trapped behind a slower driver, you see, you may as well just stay out. So it's definitely a strategy call depending on grid position. Suffice to say, qualifying on this particular track will be very important. I'm a bit tired today, so I'll keep saying that because I'm shattered. Didn't sleep very well last night, so do the best we can today. Rob's having an awful time of oversteering this car once the tyres wear, of course. See if we can get out there. Everybody's on the mediums. Somebody's cars inside cars here. Normally you take it easy on out that, but I kind of want to, there's a bit of space in front of me, so I just want to kind of keep the space if I can. Random cone in the middle of the road there. What is this guy doing here? I don't quite know what he's doing. So we want to put in a banker lap first, and then if we can have time to put in a risky flying lap after that, that would be the goal. There's a decent gap back from me to give some space. It's not been it on the first corner. Bit of a problem. We are closing rapidly on this guy in front, which is a bit of a shame. We had enough of a gap. Slightly holding me up there. So we're going to go into pits now. No, this guy's not letting me by, is he, anyway? So that's fine. Don't let me by. So I think we have more time there. Just there was a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of slow. And I shifted a bit early on the exit from the chicane to avoid him. So I considered going wide, but he's not letting us by. So we're going to pit, get some new tyres. And then if we can overtake him, that'll be handy. We'll have a little race. He's not letting us by, is he? Not letting us by. Would have been handy. Instead we're being everyone's blocking everyone here. This is all a bit silly, isn't it? So 9th place so far. That's affected us. Probably not much in the times really. But not much you can do when this is going on. Let's get back to the pits, and as you can see that guy ended up in 16th place. Typical, right in front of me. Those tyres, they really go, don't they? You know, you can hear them sliding there now, where the tyres just have already lost their best, as it were. Had to remember where the pit lane entry was. Right, guys, come on. Let's get sorted. Get back out on track. CZ Autosport, hello. Right, let's see how we get on. If this guy sort of harasses me, I will let him past. I'm not bothered on the outlap. I haven't had much practice on this course comparatively with this car. Yeah, it's funny when you do a track sometimes and the car immediately talks to you. You know, you immediately understand exactly where to place the car and how much speed you've got through corners and where you can brake. But this is a car that really doesn't for me, and all the races I've been with it slides around a fair bit. It's not my style at all. I struggle to be as smooth with it as I would like to be. Okay. Tyres are a teensy bit worn. I've had to push a bit hard, mainly because I just don't want any traffic now. So we'll push a little bit through here and okay, let's see now if we can get a bit of clear track. That guy's 17th in front of us, doesn't bode well, but let's hope there's enough of a gap between us. Oh my goodness me. Tyres let go. Tyres haven't held on at all. Oh no, this is not a good lap at all. Damn. I must have gone too hard on my outlap. It's really kind of ruined things. Nah. Wasn't able to extract much more out. The tyres wore on that second run. I must have pushed too hard on the outlap, and I didn't have the grip early on in the lap, and that was it basically. They were already gone. So we learned something new there. We learned. Hi, Jeff is here as well. Hi, Jeff. No, these are the right tyres for sure. Just unfortunately, it's medium is the softer compound. Now, it's okay, I haven't done much practice on this course, so I wasn't expecting to qualify well. I'm going to try a risky strategy today, because why the hell not? Why the hell not? I'm going to try a non-pitting strategy and see how we get on. Tyres wore very quickly then. We're going to try and go with a harder tyre. We're going to see if we can stay out. Or if we, two things are going to happen here. We either progress or we end up at the back, one or the other. So 11th place. Let's just have a look then. Let's go with hard rears. Should we go with a hard front as well? It might unbalance the car. Let's just go hard. Let's go hard tyres. Let's see how we get on with the hard tyres, and let's just try it. Hi Marek, absolutely, you know, too much of a good thing. Absolutely, 207's a really good lap. I mean, yeah, I ain't going to be competing with that today. You can see he's a long way quicker than us, but it's all down to practice and understanding the cars and the course. And you can actually see that I think I could have probably got to a 209, probably 5th. Oh, actually, up to 3rd place was probably achievable today. Maybe in the next race I'll have a go. But we're going to try something new here, viewers. We're just going to try a hard tyre, no stop, and just see how we end up. This is completely random. I've not seen anyone try this, so I've seen some people try the medium to the end, but the tyre falls apart on the final lap if you're using medium. Falls off the cliff. Okay, so there we are then, ready for the grid. So, expectations for today. We're in 11th place and we're using the hard tyres. I'm giving you guys quite a gamble. Normally, I move up the order, but I think today I might end up... What do I think? I think it depends how I hang on. I think if we get someone slow ahead of us holding cars up, it depends how aggressive everybody is. And we, you know, one or two guys will fall off the track, so hopefully I won't be last. I'm not incredibly consistent in this car. I haven't done my consistency practice, so this, I suppose in a way, racing this is a bit like when I was going to race the McLaren at Monza the other day. You know, to an extent, I haven't found all the braking points, and I have no idea how this is going to work when the tyres wear. So we're going to really try and explore. Hot ears, right? Okay. And who knows what can happen here? I'm just gonna mind my own business and see where I end up. Viewers. Oh, look, Lamborghini in here. That's interesting, isn't it? We've got very different cars here towards the back. It's nice. Range of cars, and again, we've got you know, the Renaults you see there. They will last better on their tyres, won't they? So again, maybe they've gone for a different strategy, and we'll see. Hi Emily. Oh, absolutely. You know, it's all about that. It's all about hard tyres, soft tyres, whatever works for you. It's let's we'll call them C4 and C5. Right, here we go then. Focus then, viewers, on the race. Hard tyres it is. Let's see what happens. Hi Blizzard Shot. Thanks, Dennis. Oh, I didn't know it was a grid start. Didn't know it was a grid start. Oh, disaster. Getting hit by somebody. Damn, somebody hit me off. Oh well, that's that then. That's a shame. That's my strategy ruined. I'm not having much luck, am I? Honestly, last place again. And I bet nobody got a penalty for that either. So we're in quite a tough lobby, obviously lots of A and S class racers. I'm now out of the race, so my best I can hope for now is 16th place, sadly, which is a bit of a pain. I don't think I'll get far with this calibre of drivers in here, but I'll do my best to try and close up on them. That's a bit of a shame, wasn't it? I think if we could have held on then, I just wanted to get through the first lap cleanly, but somebody had a penalty, it seems, maybe, I don't know. Obviously a lot of fuel on board at the moment, so we're not taking any chances with good, he's got a penalty, so we're past one car. Once the time comes, we're going to have to be patient, I think, in this race now. No, actually someone's saying now I should have radar. No, radar doesn't work for me. I don't need a radar. I've got my rear view mirror, and a rear view mirror is far superior because you can see body language of cars in mirrors that you can't see. I mean, you can't do anything about someone bashing against you, taking you out. It's just one of those things. This guy's right on my side here. Okay, that's brilliant. Damn, damn, damn. So he's got more power down the straight there, it seems. Which might mean that the Lamborghini is a better race car to an extent. This is a bit messy. Oh, this is messy. Oh, messy. I think we can do that. And there lies the problem with a penalty zone sometimes, is the cars all taking their penalties and blocks the whole track. This guy's really holding me up. Hard tyres struggle through the direction changes there. So you'll see I lose ground on that section. We're probably going to have to get a bit risky at some point, unfortunately. I'd like to avoid risk where possible, but the driver here is waving around a little bit. He's a little bit unpredictable. It's much easier when you're racing some of the better players sometimes, because there's a predictable nature to their line, but his line's a bit all over the place. There's someone up there having a penalty. So we're going to catch up with him at the wrong part of the racetrack. That's why this is a bad part of the racetrack. Because look at this, I'm having to lift now because of his penalty. And that's a bit of a problem with having the penalty zone on the 130R. Now I've got another car here, Mia's Step, which is... Okay, as I said before, he can be a bit of a bumper cars racer, and he's really hard to overtake, so this is going to be a challenge now. So my big problem came at the start. I actually didn't realise this was a standing start. And so I didn't have good momentum off the grid. That was where it all started for me. And then before you know it, you're caught up in the middle of the pack out of place. And you're struggling to get back there, sort of thing. Also, this particular car I've noticed, I got taken out in a race the other day. It's quite light compared to other cars. So when it comes up against other cars, it can be I don't know if he's struggling on his tyres or what, but it seems to be all over the road a bit now, so he might be needing to pit. I can't find a way past at the moment. Kind of don't want to do that here because yeah, his tyres are definitely going off now, so we really need to, I'm backing off now because I don't want to crash into him. But, so he's going in the pits now, and this is good actually. You know, we're up to 12th place. We've got the harder tyre. And this guy's already managed to pit, so you can see the difference with how much time we lost just following those other guys. I think what's disappointing is that we've not managed to explore this strategy because of what's happened. These two here are not particularly quick. So again, finding a way past without getting a penalty is the tricky thing here. They're having their own little battle now, so that's going to slow us all down even more. We'll get up close, but we don't have enough speed to... Oh, someone's gone off as a result. Okay, so up to 9th place now, and it just shows we lost so much time on those opening laps that the tyres are worn now, so we can't really extract the maximum from them. Now we've got someone behind us who's going to have softer tyres, but we've got nothing to lose now. We may as well just go for it. This guy behind us will have pitted, so he will have softer, newer tyres. He might go for the overtake here, and he is. So we'll just let him through there. No point trying to defend against newer tyres in that sense. This is where we're sort of out of place. I think had we been in 10th or 11th place, I think we'd probably been in top 5 by now. So I think at the moment we just got to try and, what do we got? A few laps to go, not many. Oh, blimey. Now, I think we're running about 2 seconds a lap off of where we would have been with the medium tyre. It's a bit of a shame, really. Shit. Damn it. That's that done. Bit of a frustration there. Tyre wear caught me out. And I had a good 4-second gap then behind me. Damn it, damn it, damn it. So I'll probably lose 10th place in the end. But, mainly because I was pushing extra hard. Tyres are wearing. Good, good. You know, I'm actually reasonably pleased with that result. Actually, to fall back to 20th place and end up 9th on that grid, it's all right. It's all right. I think. Well, we probably have been. I mean, we finished 30 seconds off the lead. We lost. You know, by the end of the first lap, I was already 20 seconds off the lead. You know, I think I was losing a second a lap in the first 5 laps. So I lost 10 seconds through various issues. Not bad. Not a bad result, viewers. Not a bad result. Greg was saying earlier, send it up the inside. It's, you know what? It's you know, it's difficult. It's difficult, isn't it? When you're on the hard tyre, it's tricky, as it were. So Jeff's saying quali on super softs. Well, there is none. You have to use mediums for quali. So I do just want to look at the replay. I'll look at that later. Okay, so that's the first race done. Not terrible. It's improved my points a bit, so yeah, 4,300 points now. It's not the end of the world, but we've got better in us than that today, haven't we? I think we've got at least, I think that would have been a 4th or 5th place finish, and I think we should really aim at something like that. I think with the pit stops, can get caught up in that a bit. I don't think pace was too bad once we got into a bit of clear air. You could see everyone was slowing down on that last lap. I think if we'd been further up the order, we would have been. Neon says, how do you like Gran Turismo Sport after the years now? Well, I think it's improving. I still don't think it's the Gran Turismo game everybody wants, but I think that, you know, there's been lots of improvements, but there's still plenty more needed in terms of tracks in particular, and in terms of stuff in the game. I think there's plenty more improvements needed. I am absolutely shattered. Absolutely shattered. I tell you today. Tell you. So I've got one more race in me today, and then after that I'm gonna have a rest. I hope you've all been watching the Formula One qualifying testing. It's been good fun watching the testing, and I'll be doing a blog on that soon, just discussing my thoughts on F1, everything related to F1. I've got a perspective of my own, share some of that. We've got Greg's VR in here as well, who's a bit of an F1 fan as well, so it's good to see. Let's see all the viewers tonight on YouTube. Twitch is quite quiet tonight, quite quiet. 5 people on Twitch. It's a funny site, Twitch, isn't it? I mean, there are sometimes it does okay and sometimes it doesn't do okay at all, but you actually do get better picture quality on Twitch, which is interesting. So that is handy. And let's see what we got here. So I am absolutely exhausted today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Dirt Rally content recently. It's been good fun. Probably just going to do the Gran Turismo tonight. I might come on later if I feel like it and do some Dirt Rally, but probably tomorrow maybe do some more Dirt Rally now. I don't know, actually. We've got quite a few things on behind the scenes tomorrow, so we'll see if we have time. I wouldn't mind trying out a few things on there still, but it's been that was pretty hardcore driving last night. Dirt Rally is really hard, really hard. Okay, so let's just take a look at what we've got here. Exhibition series, 6 o'clock race. How long we got? Entry deadline. We've got 13 minutes. So yeah, I'm just gonna enter the race. I actually quite liked that strategy. I thought that strategy worked for me. Just unfortunately, getting taken out from the start wasn't part of the plan. But I think that we can definitely do better. I'm actually having a coffee tonight rather than a tea to try and boost me. I could just doze off. So tired. I'll just be snoring on the stream. Ash is saying, you know, upgrade from G29. Well, listen, it doesn't matter if you go for a Fanatic or a Thrustmaster. They're both great wheels in my mind. And are they worth it? They make a massive difference. The G29 is 10 years out of date. 10 years out of date. You know, I don't like the G29. I much prefer the old G25, G27 wheels, personally. I'm saying that I've got a version, haven't I, upstairs of G29. Getting mixed up with a different one of the blue handles or something. Tired, so tired. Oh, trying to keep myself awake for this next race. Shattered. So yeah, I've been enjoying the Big Mike says, how's the racing going? Well, the first race I qualified 10th. I didn't know it was a standing start, and then got taken out on the first lap. 20th at the end of the first lap, finished 9th. So by all accounts, that's one of my standard races, really. Standard situation for me. Standard. Turn that off for a minute. You can see me in the dark. Ah, it's better. Bright light in my face all the time. I can still talk in silence or in darkness. I need some kind of like softer light, I think. Something that doesn't just beam a light straight into my face. I try not to beam it. I say it's a white card, but it's if I just tilt it away a bit now, that affects the old camera. Oh, I'm so tired. So Gran Turismo today, and then Dirt Rally again probably tomorrow. And we got team podcast as well coming up. If you haven't asked any questions, do ask some questions on Twitter. Find the podcast question request. No questions about Dirt Rally though, because all that's covered in Dirt Rally. So any questions about anything but that would be great, and then Dirt Rally we'll come back to later. To sort of bundle, there's so many Dirt Rally questions where we get sort of 20 people asking the same question. So we'll try one more race, and then after that I can rest. Tired. But no, I've enjoyed the F1 testing. It's been interesting seeing the different cars. Good to see Williams out on track today. You know, again, George Russell at the wheel, starting slowly and doing a shakedown run. You know, getting a bit more feel for the car and pushing it more and more, and within the boundaries of what he's allowed. Good to see improvements from Alfa Romeo today. Obviously, Kimi Räikkönen having a great run, but fastest run of the day, as I last saw it, was Daniel Kvyat. But it doesn't mean anything yet. Wait till we get to the real racing, and then we'll see. What's been impressive though is Honda reliability, you know, comparatively. But remember, they've only done a third of the laps of the Ferrari, which is bulletproof from what we can see. Absolutely bulletproof. They're really making that machine work well, fast and reliable, which is amazing. So that's all good. That's interesting. So Skippy saying, did you like V Rally in the day? No, no, I didn't actually. I thought graphics were great. I didn't like the handling. Didn't like the handling at all. The cars had a kind of strange sort of swivelly handling. The graphics were great, and I remember it had sort of 42 circuits or something like that, which was epic. And then the game came out, and I played it, and I just thought it was horrendous. I didn't like V Rally. I didn't like Tommy Mankin Rally, which had terrible graphics at the time. And then Dirt Rally, of course, not Dirt Rally. Colin McRae Rally was just head and shoulders the best game by a mile. I didn't even touch, nothing touched it. Colin McRae Rally was just the one. But yeah, V Rally had the tracks, but I never liked the first game. Didn't like the handling at all. Very strange handling it had. It's almost like the front and back of the car weren't connected. Yeah, so back in the day, I remember when we got it in for launch, I was working in a game shop and launching that, and I wasn't keen on it at all. When was that? A couple of years ago. Time flies. Time flies, viewers. Bring back Sega Rally, absolutely. Love a bit of Sega Rally. I'll be doing some more retro gaming soon. It's been a bit busy recently. I've been focusing a bit on this Gran Turismo, but it's all going to change soon. The focus on Gran Turismo was supposed to just be over Christmas, not right through the year. So once I get through this Nations Cup, we'll see what else we can do in terms of splitting the week up a bit. I'll probably still do the Nations races, but only the Nations races. I won't do daily races, because one of the problems I've had with daily races is qualifying. You've got to do like 100 laps to get the best lap you can, and the qualifying bar is so high when you reach A and A plus class on this game that I just can't be bothered to put in that much time. I just don't have the time, basically. You know, even if I had the energy, I just don't have the time. And if you're playing this all day, then great. Big Mike, they need to introduce a new track. They do. I mean, somebody mentioned earlier, Trial Mountain, Spa, Laguna Seca, they could bring back Rome and Tokyo 246 others. There's loads of tracks in Gran Turismo, Grand Valley, that aren't in this, and they need to bring those. I mean, I was expecting by now to have had all those tracks in the game. It's absolutely bring back Toka. Well, the problem with Toka now, unfortunately, Matt, is that it just wouldn't sell these days. People would get bored of it, because it's just one series. I think that's kind of where Project Cars had an idea, where if you're going to go all this work to making Brands Hatch, you may as well be able to run 10 different types of cars on Brands Hatch. So I think you could bring back Toka, but it would need to be something more like British Motorsport, Championship or something, and have like all the tracks, but like Renault Clios and everything else, different formulas and stuff like that, to make the tracks worthwhile and worth building. But it'd be great to have a proper British touring car game, a game that uses the license in that way. So let's enter this next race. Again, same car, and again we'll have a look at. I think the hard tyre strategy worked then quite well. If you looked at the end of the race, despite me going off once or going off twice, being taken out, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th were right in front of me. So I think if I can just keep some consistency, something I do early on in the race is I try and protect my tyres a bit, and it works well as well. So we'll see. But we've got 5 minutes to this race. I'm going to have a quick break, viewers, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes ready for the race. So get yourself a cup of tea or something, and I'll be straight back. Okay, viewers, back again now, ready for the race, and we got Ali King here as well. Hello, Ali. And Blizzard Shot, awesome game it is. Like you say, you just need a bit more content, and this game would be amazing. I mean, it's a good foundation. Imagine what it will be like on PS5 and stuff like that. I mean, you know, by then they'll have all the weather conditions perfectly mapped. So a short stream today. I'm very tired, and let's see, do we have different people in the room? We do. We have some high scorers in this room. So again, we're going to go with a similar strategy to what we had before. I think the strategy was good. I just think that obviously getting taken out, there's not much you can do about that because you lose 10 seconds off of your time there. And then, of course, really, you're always trying to make up for that, aren't you? You know, I was sort of pushing beyond my limits, as it were. Qualifying, we're going to try and qualify best we can. I think if we can qualify, again, if we can qualify top 10, I'll be happy. I would like a 209. A 209 will place us top 10, likely. We'll just have to wait and see where everybody else ends up, basically. Again, the last time, I mean, I gave a lot of space, didn't I, to the car in front, and it just happened the car in front was back of the grid. So even though I gave him a 5-second gap, he was still slowing me down at the end of the lap, or halfway through the lap. Okay, so we're going to sort the car out, and stuck in. So race 2 then. Race 2, viewers. I think our first race was really positive. We've got Flash here. Night from Dirt 2. Yep, tonight is obviously it's Nations Cup race, so I don't want to miss this, especially given my standings at the moment. I'm currently ranked 29th in the UK, and that's not bad. I would have been top 20 had I not received that penalty a few weeks ago, so it gives you an idea of how damaging that penalty was at Willow Springs. Actually, I jumped into a lobby with Key the other day, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good to race Key, you know, see how good he is, and I find that when you race quicker people, oh, we've got a couple of people saying hello, nice to see me again, that's nice. Let's see. Oh, that's nice to those people. I would chat, but I have to admit I find it very difficult using the chat. Well, not difficult, damn near impossible using it with the steering wheel. I think Tijni uses a keyboard, but I don't have any USB slots free. I was avoiding the cone there. Hi Jason. So not many viewers tonight. It's a bit sort of back to 25 and back to normal after all the dirt, razzmatazz. Okay, so qualifying now. Oh wow. found before that I did a hard out lap and it really damaged the tyres. So this time I'm just kind of trying to protect the tyres a little, and if somebody wants to overtake, they can. Oh, that's never a good place to be on your qualifying lap. This guy's quite racy behind us, isn't he? I'm just wondering if I should let him by or not. But we're on a qualifying lap in a moment, and I'll just flash him, and that's it. Oh, go on. Go on. Go on. Gave me a bit of a bump there, which I wasn't expecting, a rating down. So that wasn't what I had in mind. Oh well, this guy behind me, you see, now he's closed right up on me on a qualifying lap, and now we're going to cause each other trouble because he's going to have to go for an overtake. Not good enough. Not good enough. Damn. No, it's too slow. Trying to put out too much speed then. Shit, let's go across that side. Okay. Oh. Well, Flash. Unfortunately, Flash, I've not done much practice on this track. I just don't have the time because I've been doing Dirt Rally instead this week. So that's been the main reason for not practicing this lap. And I've only just looked at the time there, and I don't have much time to get around. So I don't know if I'm going to make it to do another lap, but we'll see. And I'm going to have to push now. This is not what I need. Oh my goodness me. Going off myself. We've got another half a second in us in terms of qualifying. Quite a racy looking livery there, isn't it? It's quite a British touring car in its own way. Oh, someone going off behind me there. That was interesting. Bit of magic action. I know one of the reasons why I was slow. I was a little bit conscious of the guy behind me because he was, again, waving around a bit. Guy's got himself a penalty on the chicane. Easy to do. Let's see if we can go up a bit higher. Better. Disaster. Lost a lot of time there. God, I hate spoon curve. Let's hope he doesn't get in my way. Hang in there. Good, good. 4th place. Oh, that mixes up the. That mixes things up a bit, doesn't it? But you know what? We're going to stick with this hard quali. We're going to stick with a hard tyre. Let's just do it. See what happens, viewers. See what happens. Who knows? It's not bad, is it? Look, we weren't far off pole. Damn, if we'd gone on pole, I'd probably have gone with the medium anyway, but... Question is, what's the right tyre? 209s. But we'll be doing 210s in the race. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. All depends on the start. This is exciting now. It's exciting. Alright, we're going to go with a hard. Let's just do this. I want to see play this strategy out. The way I look at it is, what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is we have a terrible race and that's it for tonight. But let's see where we are, and I'll do my best. As ever, I think that's one of the funny things about racing, is that you can choose a strategy, and you know, that can work or not work. And I think that in this race today we're just experimenting. I think sometimes in racing it's nice to try something different. And I think that's kind of what we're going to do today. So we know it's obviously on the grid now, which is we didn't know earlier. Okay, so right, we're going to see how we get on with this one, viewers. It's going to be challenging, no doubt about it. But 4th place, I think we are, aren't we? 4th place on the grid there, so that's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. If we can make it through the first lap without being taken out, I think this is going to be the long game for us now. Pushing so hard on the outlap, that's the problem. Right. So what do we know about these hard tyres? We know that the hard tyres are quite challenging to drive with. They're much more on the knife edge than the mediums. So, you know, I'll try my best to just keep it on the track and experiment now with these hard tyres properly. The last race we were sort of held up quite a bit. Our target lap time is a 2:11. Their lap times will be a 2:09. So maybe a 2:10. So if we're losing a second a lap, we could be in a chance of even winning a race. I don't think they're going to choose a hard tyre. So I found before that my tyres really work for me on the 4th and 9th laps. No, sorry, 5th and 9th laps. So A nice mix of cars on the grid as well. It's good to see, you know, not everyone's in the same car. Okay. That's it, viewers. Focus on the race now. That didn't work for me at all. Traction didn't work for me at all. What a disaster. Darn. No. I can't believe what he's actually trying to do here. Oh my goodness. What is he doing? Pushing me off. Okay, that was the worst start, wasn't it, we could have asked for. It's, well, not the worst, but not been taken out yet. Oh well. I figured traction control might help, but it turned out it wasn't. Not using traction was the way forward there. And that guy barged me off. So, and didn't get a penalty, you'll notice, despite just pushing me off the corner. Which is a bit strange. Oh, there we go, he's got a penalty now. Good, after barging that guy as well. Completely unsighted through there. What's he flashing me for? What's he flashing me for? He went through. He's the one who made the mistake, not me. This guy flashing me all the time. I don't really understand his tactic. So this guy in front of me is very slow now. Oh! Brilliant, brilliant. Nasty. No penalty. No penalty for taking me out. Brilliant. Brilliant. How can that not be a penalty? Oh well. At least I've got clear track now. Just finish the race. All that time I lost then, look at that. 5 seconds. That's the whole strategy gone. Just don't see how you can take someone else like that and not get a penalty. That's the thing I find so inconsistent on this game. How much time I lost though, goodness me. Just shows the strategy was good, you know. So the guys behind me are all on fresh tyres, so they're likely going to catch me at the end. And then we're just going to see if we can hang in there. This lap will be a 2:12. I've made a couple of mistakes. Oh, slow getting on the power then. Yeah, I can't keep quick medium runners behind me, that's for sure. Oh, he's made a mistake though. Okay, the hard tyres really don't like the chicane there, by the way, so if you guys are wondering why I'm so slow through there, that's where I'm losing half a second a lap. But if we can just manage it, 2 laps to go, I don't know, it's going to be tight. Oh my goodness. Tyres are wearing. Tyres are wearing a lot. Okay, second place. Second place, you know. Good, good. Yeah, that guy punted me off. That wasn't good, was it? That wasn't good at all. And he got away with it. Dirty driver. Dirty driver. Doesn't matter though. What's his name? Fish Thon. That wasn't very nice, was it? That was quite a lot of focus there. The sad part about it is I finished 8 seconds off. I lost 5 seconds when I was taken out of the race, and I lost 5 more in traffic because I didn't get off the line properly. So I certainly had the pace to win that. But either way, that worked out well for me. I mean, if you're starting in pole position on mediums, it's quicker to do the pit stop. But that's good. That's decent points. I'm happy with that tonight. That'll do me for tonight. 1,400 points. That's a good, solid race. I mean, you think I came from 8th to I didn't save the race there, did I? Didn't save it. I should have saved that, but doesn't matter. Oh no, I did save the race here. You know, yeah, that was rubbish. I'm not going to get in the whole debate with him. That was just dirty driving. But either way, happy with that. I think focus 4,800 points. I mean, we're improving, viewers. We're improving. Where does that take us? Actually, I'll just have a look in the current UK ranking, just where that takes us. And I think let's have a look, shall we? So I'll take us to 21st place, which isn't bad. Isn't bad at all. So I think we've got, the sad thing is I actually think we've got a win in us, but I am a bit tired tonight, so I'm not going to do any more tonight, viewers. I know I could do it, but I'm just exhausted. I've got other stuff to crack on with. Yeah, I know the guy was literally flashing his lights through the whole race, just trying to do anything to put me off, which didn't bother me at all. But you know, bashing me off the corner and then not getting a penalty. I just don't see how he can crash into the back of me and not get a penalty. That's the thing I find so strange about this game. You know, that he literally rammed me off the track at a point of the track where he knew the car was less stable. He did it on purpose, which of course ruined my opportunity of winning the race, which is a bit of a shame, because otherwise I think that would have been potentially a race win today. But as I say, I got off the line slowly, and that sort of damaged that as well. But no, I've enjoyed it actually. I can relax now the racing's done. Take these off for a minute, cool down. It's hot work sometimes, this racing, you know. You dehydrate when you're in the car, you know. Let's have a look at that replay for a minute. I do just want to have a little look at it. So yeah, we're on good, decent amount of points now. I think that we've got more in us. We've got, what have we got? 2 more races left before it's the invite race. 2 races left before it's an invite race. I don't know if I'm going to be on the invite race or not. I mean, as an S driver, as I understand it, I might be. They never give you good cars, do they, when it comes to the free cars? Yeah, I will. I just want to let's have a look at the replay. Let's just have a look here at the see what. Hi, Glenn. You've joined right near the end of the stream. I'm just looking at a quick replay, but another second place at Suzuka. So you know, good result there. Good result, and all going well. This should put me in the top 25 in the UK rankings, which is pretty good on Gran Turismo. So you know, I've come from, you know, millions to that. Let's have a look then at the start. We'll just see what goes on around me. Obviously, I didn't get off the line well. The traction control didn't work for me actually. Better off without traction control. And you can see the traction slowed me there. I hit the accelerator and it just didn't go anywhere, did it? Look at that guy passing there. Wow, I mean, he just shot past, didn't he? I mean, how did he manage that? Whatever he did. He's the same guy who took me out, actually. He's the same guy, and you can see him bashing with that other guy there, who eventually wins the race. That's the guy getting past him there in 6th, who eventually wins it. So that just goes to show you, if I had got away in 4th, I'd have been up the road and gone. So, yeah, very strange. I just want to take a look now at let's get the options on here so we can just see the moment when I was basically lost the race. I just want to take a look at that. Don't know if there's a quicker way to do this, but whatever. Okay, so I think it's already happened, isn't it? I'm kind of behind him. Yeah, I mean he just bashes me off the track there. Let's just see it from his point of view. Change view. So he's going around, and no, he just intentionally hit me off the track. So there you have it. Wow, and gets away with it. I mean that's the thing I find so bloody inconsistent in this game, is that every time you play it, someone does something like that, clearly bashes me straight off, and that's it. That cost me the race victory, sadly. Otherwise it would have been another win. But yeah, someone's just saying watch his inputs off the line. Let's take a look at that then. He's not braking, so he must be using the handbrake instead. So it's just the handbrake he's using. But it's quite interesting launch he got, wasn't it? I mean, from 8th. Me getting swallowed up in it all there, and then of course I'm getting nudged here by this guy off the track basically, which just came in before this. So a terrible start for me. Obviously used traction control there, didn't need it, and should have just gone with standard start, but we learn all the time. You know, as I say, I didn't realise that there was a gap there, but clearly there was. So that was that essentially, and that sort of forced me wide. Almost lost more places there actually, because I had no momentum at that point. And then you're just trying to sort of compose the car a little bit through here. And you can see it's all action there with those guys bashing just ahead. Really strange sort of flashing thing he had going on there. He kept making mistakes. But, yeah, that cost me victory today, sadly, and that's one of those things. It's like that in motor racing sometimes. But I have to admit the penalty system doesn't seem to be working for me, does it? It really does feel like there are times when it just doesn't work at all, like it did then. You can see they look bashing into each other here. Crazy, crazy. And do you see how there's a lot of movement in the car? Oh look, everyone's bashing into everyone there. You can see. I don't want to overtake him at this point because I can see he's moving around a lot. I'm looking and I'm thinking I could do, but I'm not going to, because I can see that he's moving around, so there's no point. He's going to take me out if I try passing him. Of course, when I eventually do get past him, thanks Marek. Next race is on Saturday, so you know we're working our way up. Let's try and get over 5,000 points, which is a decent score on Gran Turismo. I think anything past 5,000 I'm going to be really happy with. I mean that's amazing, past 5,000 points. especially given that I'm a comparatively part-time player. This week mainly on dirt. And you can see here, I could have bumped him myself there. I didn't though. I just lifted and sat behind him. But, I thought I could break up the inside there as well because he was braking really early. But then I thought, no, that's my hard tyres though didn't get traction on the chicane there. It really struggled. I've got a chap right behind me now actually, which you're not seeing, right here, and he was sort of harassing me a lot at this stage. I was aware of this, so partially I'm now driving defensively because I think, well, trying to get past these guys, but not really anywhere to go at the moment. Good look at the race here. Flash says, difficult to Dirt 2 to GT Sport. It is difficult to jump from one to another. Part of what we do at VVV is so many. That's why people said to me, why have you spent more time on GT Sport? It's because I say to people, well, I'm constantly moving from game to game to game to game. I don't have the time to really get good at a game, and I wanted time to get good at GT Sport. And I'm also going to get into Formula 1 at some stage. I mean, I will work on Formula 1, and I do intend to do the same in terms of competitions and stuff like that. Now I nipped past him there, but let's just see what happened from behind. So I just want to see it from this guy's point of view. This is what annoyed him, I think, is he makes a mistake here. He goes in the dirt and he goes off, and I think, fine, I'll take that inside line, nice and clean, and he tries to bash me. And after that, it was just constant fury from him for me overtaking him, and then eventually, of course, taking me out in the race. So I brake quite early here because I'm trying to keep the inside line. That's it. Those two having a little battle between them. Look at that. Goodness me. And now he's bashing with him. My goodness me. What a and that chap was so slow there on the inside. Oh, I never saw that going on. I have to admit, there's a lot of potential penalties that could have been scored there. But you see, you have to remember that they're all on medium tyres at this point, and I'm on hard tyres. So at this point in the race, I've got a real deficit to try and keep them behind me. I have to try and work hard, because I know if I can keep them behind me, their tyres will go off. But he was so close to crashing so many times. But as I say, that's GT for you. Oh, was there a bit of action there? To see that again? Chap going off, going up on the inside. Oh, crashing against each other. That's all right. Oh, got a wheel on the grass, and he gets a touch. That's a nudge off there. That could have been potentially been a penalty as well. Crashing into somebody off the track. Again, normally I'd have got a penalty for that. But it's like no penalty day on of course, look, there is John Player Special advertising there. So, I take it you're all going to go out and smoke now. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. So yeah, that was it. It was that was that really. Other than that, you can see the battle there. He's constantly flashing his lights at me the whole time. I mean, the fury he had there, trying to take me out, was crazy. Crazy. Of course, you can see what's happening here is I'm being held up by the two guys in front of me, having a massive battle, and that's closing this whole pack up now, basically. He can't find a way past me, but then I can't find a way past the guys in front either. Look at this behaviour though. I mean, that's crazy driving. Ordinarily, I'd have said let the person past, but because of the strategy I was on and not knowing what his strategy was, I didn't want to let him past. Sometimes when I see a crazy like that, I like to let them past. What are we on, lap 3? So we still want another lap here. Just going around minding our own business. Ultimately though, the UK finished first and second in that race. And in a moment I'll chill out, grab a cup of tea, and that'll be the end of it for my evening. I'm just pretty tired. Just interesting, isn't it, watching a race from other perspectives sometimes. Well, look, this guy's having a little tap here as well under braking. Gave him a little boost. So you can see I'm defending the inside there fairly. I'm just assessing his distance and how much slipstream I can get from the car in front, and can he outbrake me. But I've got a constant line across the track, and that's it really. Pushing quite hard here. You can see the car moving around a bit. I am pushing quite hard, but trying to get on the inside. This guy's so slow in front of me now that he's really slowing us up badly here. You can see that's why this guy can close up, and still can't find a way past him, because I think to myself, well, I don't want to get a penalty myself, even though penalties aren't seemingly happening on this track. Nearly got past him there again, same place. And I think through here as well, I'm just going to have to defend a bit, I think, on the inside. Oh, I'm okay, I'm taking my line. This chap will close up on us again because we are going so slowly at this point. This just shows you how much we got held up at this point. And again here, this is where I just can't find a way past this guy. I gave him a little tap then, just like, come on, let's go faster. Because his tyre's clearly gone, that's my assumption here. And this is where I get taken out, and then that ruins my chance of winning. But the strategy was good, viewers, I tell you, the strategy was good. And then going up there and taken out. Completely taken out, which is a bit of a bummer. Luckily I managed to keep it together and get back on the track quite quickly, but by the time I'd lost 2 places or whatever, down in 8th, luckily I kept 8th place. I mean, could have been a lot worse rather than letting one car through, and at least then I had a clear track to just work on it. But we still finished ahead of him, which was great, and I think that's really important at this stage. But we lost so much time there, didn't we, on our lap times, you know, we're losing so much time. We were losing at least 1.5 seconds a lap, and look at that, you know, 5 seconds lost, 5, 6, 7 seconds lost there. So that's at least 7 seconds lost, plus 2 seconds on the first lap. Which makes a huge difference to the final result. It's all quiet on the stream tonight. We had loads of viewers last night, of course, because of the whole dirt rally. And then they just go, don't they? They just go. We don't have we don't have many regulars, but we've got a few of you guys, which I appreciate. But it is pretty quiet now. I think everyone's doing other things, watching other games and streams. But you know, you wouldn't think from this far back though that ended up making the improvements we could, but we lost all that time early in the race. But in the latter half of the race I took over a second out of the leader as well in the final lap, so there was definite room to improve there as well. So I think if I ran that again I might be able to win it, but I am too tired tonight. So I'm going to accept my 1400 points, check out. That's it for me for now, viewers. I'm glad you've enjoyed the streaming again today. I'm glad you enjoyed the Dirt Rally 2. I might do a bit more Dirt Rally 2, I might not, wait and see. I might do Dirt Rally 2 on a controller instead, because that seemed to be quite popular. And we've got Dirt Rally 2 team chat, we've got a podcast coming. Do chat on the podcast. Do like and subscribe as well, follow, do all that jazz. Really appreciate it from all you guys, the 19 of you watching now. Do support what we do, really appreciate that. And yeah, looking forward to podcast. Do ask your questions on the podcast, you'll see it on Team VV Twitter. So give us your questions. No questions about Dirt Rally at this stage, we're going to have that separate. So you know, we've got so many of the same question coming in for Dirt Rally that if you've got questions about other things, do pop them in and we'll discuss them on the podcast. But that's it for me for now, viewers. Hope you've enjoyed the stream, and there'll be more from Gran Turismo from me probably on Saturday now, and there'll be more streaming from me and stuff from me very soon.